Hey, we're live.
We're live.
Bonjour.
Whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
we're headed um to France by way of the kitchen. So,
Yeah.
I had to. So, welcome to Monday night and to Rooted in Foods. I'm Nikki.
I'm Joey.
Guess what?
We're still the Davises.
Absolutely. Um, you know, I don't think that's going to end anytime soon,
I
except for
don't
this
think
is going
so.
to drive my OCD slightly nuts there.
Oh,
Okay,
my
good.
crooked.
The crookedness. It is 6:30 on the nose, and guess who wants to go outside?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll do that.
You go do that. So,
Sure.
what are we making tonight? Well, we're doing a little brunchy food. Yeah, more or less brunchy food, I would think. Croque Madames and Croque Messieurs. For those of you who don't know the difference, one has an egg on it, one does not. I'll let you guess which one has eggs, which one does not. So, it's pretty simple if you think about it. Uh, and then we're also going to do a salad, and we're going to top those off with a mimosa cocktail with a little added treat, a little kick up with the cocktail with some Cointreau. The only French thing that we're adding in the cocktail tonight is Cointreau. So
Well, I mean, champagne, sort of.
this is California champagne, so it is not anywhere near legal champagne
You're
because champagne bottles were $80 a bottle, and I'm not spending that on something I'm going to mix with OJ.
yeah, like
That's foolish.
so sparkling wine,
Prosecco
even
is, yeah.
prosecco would be
Oh, yeah,
fine.
perfect.
And
Perfect.
Chile opted for a sweet.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Puree.
this is Corbel out of California.
Mhm.
One thing I will say about Corbel though is they do make their sparkling wine
Mhm.
in the same method that champagne is made in Champagne, France. So
Yeah.
so from a U.S. perspective, it's going to be one of the better options to. Where
It's
are we
20
going?
bucks.
Where are you going? Huh?
It's 20 bucks.
Yeah, he just kind of walked away.
I'm gonna get something.
No idea what he's doing. So anyway, it's definitely a little bit more budget friendly, and it's no, it's not a $90 bottle of champagne. Guess what? Um, Not much of that going on right now in the Midwest, I don't believe. At least
No,
not
but
around
you're
here.
not going to
So
notice it. You at home definitely aren't going to notice it. We here aren't going to notice it. So,
I'm not going to notice it. I
yeah,
don't drink champagne enough. So
me either.
um, but there we go.
Yeah. So, what are we starting off with?
This I'm
Oh,
good. I'm good.
oh,
Yeah, because this
okay.
is all
Well,
easy stuff tonight.
mhm.
So
I
I'm
was
gonna
just
get out of the
asking.
way.
Get out of the way then. We're going
And
to start off with some OJ.
let us know that you're watching. Say hi.
So, the key to making a mimosa is really to let your sparkling wine do all the talking. You don't want a ton of OJ. I just put an ounce and a half in this one. There's 2 ounces in this one.
I was gonna say, are those big enough?
Probably not, but that's okay. We'll
Hey, Bo.
we'll balance it out. What's up, Bo?
Just a little added kick.
Oh, he's wanting
What are we wanting?
aren't drinking
Sorry.
Calvados. We're not with
Not. We've got two more Mondays.
mimosas. Come on now. We're making mimosas first. Then next week we're gonna have probably my favorite cocktail that we've done on this series.
And then we still have one more. Well, we have a Memorial Day Monday, which might be a bust as far as people watching, but we're gonna do it anyway. Huh?
Why?
Well, what do you mean why? I mean, we can move it. We might move Memorial Day's show to, like, I don't know, Wednesday.
Sunday or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Or Armagnac? No, I'm not. We're making mimosas because we're making brunch. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've
Be careful. Be
call.
careful with my Millennium flutes, please.
Oh, they'll be fine.
Excuse me while I let the potato in.
They will be just fine. Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Mama. That's right.
So you really do want the champagne to be the leader in this. The Cointreau just adds a little bit extra orange
A little extra orange.
on top of the orange juice. But yeah, don't fill your glass all the way up with orange juice. We're doing this ounce and a half after this because we didn't test the volume of these glasses.
We did not. We just kind of winged it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
okay. but it is very good though.
I'm good with it.
Hmm. Yeah, yours has got too much juice.
I'm probably okay with that.
Mm-mm.
Too much orange juice and I aren't going to get along anyway, but you know. So, cheers
There we go.
to
Cheers.
the year 2000. It's That's how long we've had these suckers. Um, thank you to
It's Murphy.
yeah. I said we weren't going to call her that on air. She'll kill me. Nobody knows who we're talking about though.
She can kill me. Yeah, if you don't have an Aunt Murphy, get one.
You need one.
Yeah, you need one. They are amazing things, amazing people to have in your corner at all times. So get you an Aunt Murphy.
Oh, I don't mind the heavy on the OJ.
I figured you wouldn't.
All right, so we are going to do um basically French cafe food, and we're going to call it brunch.
I'm calling brunch.
Yeah, brunch, lunch, quick and easy dinner.
It's not dinner.
I mean, not in this house, but if I were in a rush or didn't want to eat a lot, then it would be dinner. Tonight it's dinner, but we're going to call it
Yeah.
brunch. Um, so we are making Croque Monsieur and Croque Madame sandwiches.
Mhm.
And if you caught my Facebook post, they are, we'll say, elevated ham and cheese and more cheese sandwiches. They have been around for 110, maybe 20 years. They were invented, like a lot of other things that we've featured on the show, as kind of a snack food in a cafe restaurant one night when somebody got hungry. Um,
It was night for them, but they were just because after the meals.
it's
It's
well,
like a
yeah,
midnight
exactly,
meal.
yeah. Um, so we'll talk a little bit. I am cheating. I'm not sticking with like the truest of the authentic traditional recipes. Um, well, because they trim the edges off the bread, and I'm not gonna go. I'm not doing all that because I like the edges
Yes.
on my. You want the trim?
Give me
Okay,
the
we're
trim.
trimming the edges off the bread, folks.
Those at least.
No,
You
not all
can
of
have
it.
it. You can have yours.
I'll save the bread for breadcrumbs
Yeah.
later. Or croutons or something.
Yeah, you trim those edges.
Okay, so traditionally, like the original, we'll say, recipe, was buttered bread, no crust, decently thick slices. So don't just go out and buy like I'm going to say a
Bunny bread.
generic white bread, but buy a
Okay.
nice thick, not Texas toast thick, but thick white bread. Or be like me and run to the co-op and buy a loaf and slice yourself so you have the right thickness or the thickness that you want. It's also a lot more dense, and kind of your store-bought white bread is a little squishy, and you don't want that. Save that for American ham and or American cheese grilled cheese.
Cheese sandwiches.
So anyway, it's thicker, good dense white bread, crust cut off. We'll do that. That's why I roll my eyes. Um, with mustard, layer cheese, layer ham, layer cheese, and done in the skillet, just like we do, grilled cheese sandwiches here. Um, Somewhere along the way, and I haven't figured out when along the way, the bechamel sauce was added, and I'm kind of preheating over here. So we're going to stick to that, and we'll let you guys decide, or maybe Chili decide if we want to go from bechamel to Mornay sauce, and add a little extra cheese to the cheese. All right. I need to get to some things here. So we're going to start with the bechamel because it needs to cool just a tinge. So bechamel is your basic white sauce. And when I have done things like mac and cheese on here or anything else I've needed cheese for, I've walked you through a bechamel, whether I've said it or not. I don't, who knows? Because when you add the cheese to it, then you get your cheese sauce, or in we'll say culinary terms, a Mornay. So I'm going to start. I'm only making a cup, maybe a cup and a quarter when it's all said and done. So I'm going to start with approximately 3 tablespoons of butter in my saucepan. So we are going to build a roux, which we talk about a lot on this show. So we're going to let that melt. I'm going to grab a whisk. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to grab this boring whisk and not my skillet whisk. Top. And I'm going to we'll use this one. That's a nice spoon. Okay, so we'll let this melt. And then we're going to add same amount of flour. So it's 1 to 1 with regard to butter flour to get your roux. We'll have about a cup and a half of milk. We'll add to that. We'll let it thicken up. We'll add some salt and a little grated nutmeg. I always add nutmeg. Like the truest of the bechamels don't add the nutmeg. It's salt and pepper or salt and white pepper. I like nutmeg in cream sauces because it just gives it a little bit of, what is that I'm tasting and I can't quite figure it out. Um, so a little bit of nutmeg with our salt. And do you want
AJ effect?
AJ effect? So on the Croque Monsieur, the bechamel goes on top and then it broils and then it gets really kind of I'm not even sure, like creamy with a little bit of that. It's not really char flavor, but that's about as best as I'm going to do tonight. A little bubbly, yeah. On the Madame, it actually goes on the inside. Then you top that with a fried egg. I'm gonna make my life easy, and bechamel's gonna go on the top on both of them because you can't eat them with your hands anyway.
Is it your kitchen?
My kitchen, my rules. But do you want bechamel or do you want Mornay? Do you want cheese sauce? Or do you want plain white sauce?
Cheese sauce.
Okay.
Oh, bechamel. What kind of cheese?
So traditional Mornay is Gruyere usually.
Bechamel, you mean?
No, bechamel is the white sauce. Mornay is the cheese sauce.
Oh, I want cheese sauce.
Okay, so we're going to cheese sauce. All right, so I'm going to add my flour. We're just going to whisk this until it starts to form that thick paste. And we want it to cook just long enough for the flour taste, that bitterness of the flour to kind of cook out. But you want to continue.
Great conversation back there.
The dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if they can hear it, but we have, speaking of France,
Yeah, a
little French bulldog that lives
next door.
Next door sometimes. Visits next door a lot.
Mhm.
And he doesn't talk to Astrid much, but Astrid likes to talk to him a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a horrible amount.
All right, so now we're going to turn this back down to low and hope this doesn't break when I do it. It's kind of easy to screw this up. You want your milk to come up to, close to room temperature. Some recipes say you want to heat it first. I've never done that. I've never found a reason to. As long as you kind of set it at room temperature, go slow, you're not going to scald it. You want to do that? Okay.
Okay.
Now we have to bring it to a boil because it won't thicken until it boils. That's the chemistry part of the lesson. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of salt. We'll move this out of the way.
Yeah, that's one.
And I'm going to get my nutmeg. Doesn't take much for this amount. Okay, stop so I can see what I'm doing. Thank you. Just enough. Oh, that smells so good. It smells so good. So J Effect is watching. I've met Judge this week, and I forgot to buy the dessert ingredient at the grocery store, and I didn't realize it until
just now,
about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to bump our J Effect dessert to next week.
Yeah.
Which actually will work out better because next week's kind of a fancy meal. Too hot? Okay.
Yes, too hot high.
Woo. Okay. We'll turn it back down to medium. This is actually thickening. Hey, Pam. Thickening really, really well. You want to be able to coat the back of the spoon in reality is what you're trying to do here. Don't walk away from this though, because it's when you walk away that it starts to boil like a volcano.
Yeah.
And you get this nice little burnt lava flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Nope.
All right, so if we're doing cheese, I'm gonna go a little Italian and add some Parm because Parm's going to give it a very kind of salty, nutty flavor.
Really good flavor.
And then we're going to add some shredded Gruyere, which you can buy at Kroger. Big thick shreds, Private Selections brand. It's called an Alpine blend. It's actually Swiss and Gruyere, but that's okay.
What's the Gruyere?
Um,
Uh-oh.
Sometimes it's the only way I can get Gruyere, so I'm just happy with it. Down here. Well, don't eat it. Well, I got it in the package. So you can eat what you want.
Okay. A little sampling. I have a little sampling.
So now we're just going to stir until it melts. Yeah. So Swiss, Gruyere, Parm, they're going to melt down. They might be a little stringy. And I might want to thin this out.
Ooh, get some water. What do you need?
Actually, I'm just going to use a little bit of water. It got a little thick. One thing to remember when you add cheese to your any kind of sauce, it's going to get thicker than it would otherwise because that cheese is going to thicken it. Continue to thicken it. So when you make Alfredo, you actually don't even need to make the roux because your cheese is going to do the work for you. Especially if you're like me and you add a lot of cheese. All right, I think we're good.
I just started.
No. Yep, okay. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see.
I can see that.
So that's what you're looking for.
Mhm.
Now from here, mac and cheese,
Yeah.
more mac and cheese.
Yeah. All sorts of deliciousness.
Okay. We're gonna set this aside. Off the heat so it kind of continues to cook down. I'm not gonna make my whisk go too far because I want to be able to whisk it back up again.
Next.
All right, here's the
We're at the prep station?
prep station.
Not yet, she says. More cocktail.
I am going to more cocktail.
Nobody says you need to wash your hands.
Oh,
All right, well,
oh,
pop you off.
Washed. You can right now.
I did.
Okay. All right. There are a handful of methods to use here. If you want to toast your bread before you put it in the oven under the broiler, throw it in the toaster. If you want to butter your bread, be my guest. I'm going to skip both of those steps because I've got a really nice dense bread, so I'm not worried about it getting soggy on. So we're going to do our best to cut as evenly as we can, and if you don't, just keep cutting unevenly so your slices are the same size. We're going to go to about a 1/2 inch slice. And see how uneven that is because it was completely uneven to begin with.
I can them up.
So we're going to fix that. That is the problem with slicing your own bread. All right, we'll go with that.
Hey, Robert, the cocktail is a mimosa with a little Cointreau kicker. It's a little bit more alcoholic than your standard mimosa, but it is a mimosa all the same. 1 or 2 more. There's you go, madame.
Thank you. All right, so there's 6. They're not quite 1/2 inch. I'm gonna call this one a breadcrumb slice. But here's the other piece. Apparently, I'm cutting the edges off too here.
That's right.
Okay, so we're gonna cut the edges off mostly. Part of that so you have a nice square piece. I'm just gonna throw them right back in the bread bag.
Let's save me 1 or 2.
If you cut enough off, which I'm not, I'm just barely doing this. I would make really good breadcrumbs for something else. But you can make like little toast strips to dip in spinach artichoke dip, anything like that.
Dip it in bechamel.
Dip it in bechamel. There you go.
whatever this is again.
It's actually Mornay. Mornay is the cheese sauce.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, no joke.
So I buy bread at neighborhood food co-op.
Mhm.
Usually. You can get wheat bread, white bread, sometimes ciabatta. We have lots of really good bread bakers, but if I just need to run and get some, I can always get something good from there. Booby KB. Now, we're going to put some mustard on the inside. Now, this is from Kroger, but this is also kind of, whoops, right, the real deal on the Dijon. Invest in a jar of Dijon mustard. It's creamier than yellow mustard, like our American yellow mustard.
Yeah, but American yellow mustard is made by Frenchies.
It is less pungent
Vinegary.
because it's less vinegary. I'm not going to say it's less pungent. There's less vinegar in it, but because it's made with black mustard seeds and not yellow, it's actually a little bit more pungent. It's just not vinegar pungent. So, you guys know me and mustard. I do not like American yellow mustard, but I will eat any other kind of mustard there is out there.
I
This is like
love American yellow mustard.
creamy egg yolk consistency and color. And get pretty close to the edge here. You don't need a real thick layer because it's going to be plenty on the flavor. It's also going to soak in. It's also going to prevent your bread from being soggy if you do the whole Mornay on the inside.
Yes. We are drinking it out of champagne flutes, Robert. So, an ounce and a half of orange juice, half an ounce of Cointreau, and fill it up with your champagne.
Thank you for mine. Cheers.
Oh, well, there you go.
Cheers. Grateful.
It goes quick, though.
It
I will say
does. They
that.
go down. The mouths go down fast for me. So fast. Okay, well now we're going to move these to our
Baking pan.
baking pan so I don't have to move them once they're put together. Here's where you can get a little
Creative.
creative if you want. Don't have to, but you can get creative.
I can't see that, but that's okay. There we go. Now they can. Oh,
Don't overload it like I do with, my tacos.
I'm sorry about that.
Try not to make too much churros.
I've only gone through a few, Robert.
What?
I think I'm on number 4.
Oh, this is so good.
It is good.
Okay. It's just kind of enough. You don't need a humongous dollop. We'll save that for the top. Now, again, this is not part of the original 100-plus-year-old recipe. This was added later. Not everybody puts it on the
Jennifer asks if that's the bechamel.
It is actually Mornay, but yes.
Yes and no. It is Mornay.
So it started out as bechamel, then Chili said put cheese in it, so now it's a Mornay.
Right. Because I prefer
delicious.
cheese.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm eating the Mornay sauce.
That's okay.
Okay.
We're doing it all different.
Where'd my cheese go? Did you eat all my cheese?
No, it's right there. I put it back right where it needed to be.
Am I catching my rules?
I know.
And just a little bit more cheese. You don't have to use shredded either on this. If you've got sliced Gruyere, and you don't have to use Gruyere if you want Swiss. Be my guest.
Jen says 10-4.
Good buddy. Yes, I'm licking your fingers.
Well,
Some
you're
back one.
supposed to wash your hands after doing that.
It's my food. Not like I don't have your germs already. All right, so the next layer, I have lost. Did you eat my ham?
No, it's sitting right on the cutting board.
I wasn't talking to you. Sorry, that's all, but I see.
Like a foot away from you.
Move some
The
things around.
sparkle and bubbly has gotten to somebody, I think.
Well, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't.
Okay, this is carving board, really thick. Bistro favorites, deli ham.
Deli. Kroger brand.
Yeah. But it's actually really
Kroger's
good.
getting a lot of free advertising tonight.
I shop at Kroger, I shop at Schnucks, and it just kind of depends on what I need.
And what you want.
Sorry, I'm trying to separate slices here. And like I said, you don't need a whole lot, but these are really thin, so I'm gonna.
Like you said, they were thick cut.
No, the bread should be thick cut.
Oh, I
Um,
thought you said the hand was thick.
well, it says bistro, but it's not. It's not at all thick cut. It looks like it in the package, but
It isn't all.
that's okay.
Bistro favorites.
It smells good. Would you like slice?
I'll have one in just a minute.
So a nice, decent thick layer of ham. But this is super. This is like paper thin, so we're going in.
And Deb says
Here,
it
would you
looks.
feed my dogs, please?
Yep. Here goes.
Did you say it when Aunt Deb was in?
Now that was a thumb. Here. Somebody needed to say something because I got it stuck on. There we go.
Here, we go to the piece for you.
Thanks.
Now, you want more cheese? More cheese? No more cheese.
Oh, more cheese. Always more cheese.
Always more cheese? Okay. I'm going to turn my broiler on too. So, broiler to 500. Make sure your oven rack to the top one is close to the broiler, but not too close. Now, remember, there's cheese in the sauce, so we're not doing a humongous layer here. Just enough to kind of stick things together. All right, sandwich down. I'm going to scoot these to the middle so my broiler works like it's supposed to. And now, remember, croque should not get more regardless.
That's right.
Because
It's our house.
my kitchen, my rules.
Cheese.
I like this part really well. Now, these are not going to be like squished down cheese, like grilled cheese sandwiches here. We kind of squish them to, I don't know, glue them together. That's not what we're making here. So you won't quite get the same effect. But this is going to get all bubbly and brown.
Mm-hmm. Your mom wants to know if we're using Dom Perignon or Cristal. Neither of those.
Corbel.
Corbel. We're using the cheap stuff because it's going in orange juice.
Well, I mean, it's not that it's the cheap stuff. It's still $25 a bottle, but
$20. It was $20.
It is the American-made stuff, so it is
Yeah.
cheaper than champagne. But they still use the champagne method.
Mm-hmm.
Because Corbel was started by Frenchmen. My French family.
Well,
Now, if you really want to shop local, we have some local sparkling wines that would be just fine with this. But
yes.
we decided to do the purple route. Okay. Chili's is going to get a little bit more cheese on top.
Yep.
Because Chili's is not getting the egg on top.
That's correct.
Okay.
No egg for the chili.
Now, I'm going to set those aside for a minute. Because I want to make my dressing and get my salad going because it won't take those more than a few minutes to do their thing. And also have fried egg.
Yeah, 2 eggs.
So, audience, chili, what flavor of salad dressing would you like?
Something with glaciers in. You said you had something with glaciers in.
I have elderflower strawberry, which is new.
That is new. That sounds cool.
Got apple butter, Edgewood, which is mulberry and sumac, and frisky sour. Try the new one?
Let's do the new one. Let's just try it.
Do you want to taste it? It's gonna be tart because it's a shrub.
Okay.
Would you like to open it?
I can tell that I need to open it, whether I want to open it or not. It's one of those.
Do the honors of opening it,
Yeah, I will.
please.
I will honor the opening of it.
Woo.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
This is actually one that I've never tasted.
That's like almost like the strawberry syrupy smell. That what are you looking for?
Something to pour it into, like one of these juice glasses I tried to feed you.
Yeah, why don't you get a little juice glass so that because this was my
Because they
juice
didn't have
glass.
one to sample it, so I just took a chance, like it mattered. Oh, the strawberry! Oh my gosh! Oh, mm. Yeah, I could drink that. Wow, yummy!
Yeah,
It's a
very good.
shrub, so it's still
It's
on the
got some,
vinegar
yeah,
hit,
it's got
but
some vinegar, but that's okay.
all right, vinaigrette. We'll say culinary school version.
Yeah.
3 parts oil, 1 part vinegar. You like it more tart, like
Me?
my friend Jennifer and my husband
Me?
go 2 parts oil to vinegar. So we're gonna go 2 parts oil to vinegar. I'm only making enough dressing for tonight. So 2 tablespoons oil, 1 heaping tablespoon
Yeah, I was about to say that was a.
shrub. Quite literally a pinch of salt. No, wrong one. That goes there.
Yeah, I have the lid for the shrub.
Okay. There you go. I almost want to drink some more of that.
That would go really well with vodka.
Next time. All right. So salad dressing, you just want enough to coat.
Jane Effect agrees with Jennifer and I.
What?
The 2 parts oil to 1 part
Yeah.
vinegar.
So whisk it enough to blend it together.
Mhm.
Emulsification is the word we're looking
Little
for.
air added
Turns
to
a
it.
little pink. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got a really flavorful vinegar, you almost don't need a lot else in it. And you just want enough dressing to lightly coat your lettuce. I'm going to throw these in now. We're going to kind of wash these because sometimes I have to move my pan around a little bit to get them even. Okay, to this we are adding roasted asparagus. This was super thin, so I kind of a little
Itty
longer.
bitty asparaguses.
Yeah, and these were actually great big bulb green onions. So
they're delicious.
Yeah, so when you buy green onions, they're actually pulled really young. If you let them go, they start to form the onion
How
bulb.
long do you want me to timer those?
Oh, like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Farmer's Market, Schweitzer Farm on the asparagus. And I have the onion, like the green part of the onion in here also. We're going to add this. And looking for a pair of tongs.
Why I asked how much of a timer you wanted me to use because
Roasted, I put it in the air fryer, so it didn't take more than, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. Olive oil, kosher salt, that's all you need. You want J Effect spices, go for it. I do that a lot too. And then we're going to break our leaf lettuce apart.
big old red leaf lettuce.
Now, I'm not adding the leaf lettuce first because it's a little on the wet side. I didn't want to dilute that dressing too much. Technically, this is red leaf lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
Green leaf lettuce doesn't have the red on top.
That's okay.
It tastes the exact same.
Get the red because it's more colorful.
Yeah. Just do a rough chop through it. Don't do this until you're ready to use it because when you use a knife to cut through lettuce, you actually cut through the cells of the lettuce leaf and it will brown faster. All right.
To bring it back over. So let's see what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Literally just enough for dinner. I don't want lots of leftover salad because it just doesn't hold once you've dressed it. Now it will also wilt a little bit, so if you need another leaf or two in there, throw it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as it gets. You want some parm?
Oh,
Cheese?
yeah.
Okay. So
Duh.
shredded parm, so let's throw some of that in there too. Salads are what you want them to be. There's nothing that
We're 2 minutes over.
says it has to be one way or the other.
Check on her.
Checking. We're looking for brown and bubbly. We're going to turn the pan around so we can get brown and bubbly on the others.
2 more minutes.
Yeah. And we're going to go in with an egg.
Eggies.
Phoebe said she wanted an egg, so we're going to do 2 eggs. But I'm frying them separately for a couple of reasons. I want a nice round egg, and it's hard to do when you've got 2 in a skillet. And it's easier for me to show you. Not that I can't imagine those of you watching with a fried egg that how else get out.
Yeah. I mean, not a fried egg like you're gonna fry an egg.
You don't fry an egg much differently than most people fry eggs, I suspect.
Thought you were gonna like use something. Make sure it stayed round.
Oh no, I was looking for my olive oil, but it's betraying my champagne flute.
Yeah. Shame on you.
Olive oil.
You're a minute down.
It's okay.
We're just letting you know.
I know. Oh yeah. I'll eat the one in the middle.
Okay.
So
Eat the one at the end.
so here they are. It's okay. So I'm gonna eat that one because that actually doesn't bother me. It's a little on the over, but it's okay. That was the one with the cheese, so it got golden, and this was the plain one,
I can't
so
see that one.
it got a little
There we
tinged,
go.
but that is the problem with using your broiler. You have to really watch it, but we're okay with that.
Yeah. All right.
Egg. Make sure your pan is hot before you put, not like searing hot. I've got it on kind of medium low. I will tell you too, my stove is a little off kilter, so it tends to run a bit. And make sure you've got something to scoop the egg with before you get too far into this process. Like a spatula. Now, if it's hot before you drop the egg, your egg won't run everywhere, but it starts
Immediately. Yeah.
Number 2, we'll have the egg. Too much. Nope. So I can clean an egg really fast. Just throw that in the fridge, please. You don't want to pop that yolk unless it does it on its own, in which case
You deal with it.
you just go with flow.
It's home, not
Culinary school.
restaurant.
Thank goodness it's not culinary school. I would probably get in trouble. Like a lot of trouble, actually. Way too set in my ways at this point. All right, so there's chilies. Here's so I can see it.
Gross.
Yeah, cook the egg to your doneness. If you want it sunny side up, cook it that way. You want a little bit of a runny yolk on it. But if you want it a breezy, do that. I would maybe not do over hard. Yeah.
Over medium.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like my eggs.
I'll show you another trick that you probably all know already. But if you cover it, you'll get just enough steam on it.
That's what I figured you were going to do. I figured you were going to get a little plate. Mm.
Thank you. And if you like crispy edges, go for that too. It's just however you want it. Right, there's our salad. Would you take that, please? So I can make out. Thank you. One little egg.
There's more Earl.
Yeah, just to make sure. I mean, I've got a really good nonstick skillet, but eggs, I'd rather be safe than sorry later.
Pam says she would cook it well done because she doesn't do runny yolks.
And
That's fine.
and you don't have to have the egg at all.
Yeah, you can do like I'm
You
doing.
can do that. Yeah, exactly.
Mine is on the far end over there. No egg whatsoever.
Washing my hands.
Oh, so I'm out of cocktails.
I'm not. See this one?
But see, I know how to make more.
Got away from me, so I'm gonna just scooch that. Try to make it a little on the more round side. You want a little bit of. Here, I got an idea since JFX is watching.
A little garlic and herb.
A little garlic and herb on top of that egg.
Need some garlic and herb on mine too. I'd be okay with that. Just pouring it straight out of the big bottle.
Yeah, yeah. It works.
Thank you, Jenna.
So we're waiting for that. Okay, so we've got two up. One Monsieur, one Madame. I like my yolks on the right side, so I have a tendency to undercook just a
You
wee bit.
undercook eggs. You can.
Well, it's because the yolk is what makes the sauce.
I am an over medium.
You are.
You.
I am a sunny side up.
You are.
So I have a good lot of cheese sauce left. So we'll have spaghetti or macaroni and cheese or something later this week with it. I will tell you, I probably will. Well, I don't know. Depends on what my family wants. You could add some pesto to this cheese sauce, and it would be incredible pasta sauce. Thin it out a little bit. Would be delicious. All right, going up with my runny egg. This is not a finger sandwich. It's on the knife and fork sandwich.
It is. Hold mine out of the way that you see.
So that's good. So, Croque Monsieur, no egg, extra cheese. Madame, egg. You could put extra cheese on it if you wanted to.
Yeah. You gotta put some
And
JFX on it.
once that garlic and herb hits heat,
Yeah.
it
just
is like an
opens up.
incredible smell in this kitchen. So easy, brunch, breakfast, whatever you want. But there we go.
Yep. Brunch, lunch in 45 minutes.
Yep. And I've got to take pictures, so we're not going to take a bite on air.
Yep.
But I'll share pictures, and we know the mimosas are good.
We do.
So there we have it. You can switch them back to us. I'll take pictures real fast a minute.
I was getting a drink.
It's okay. Mimosas with a little extra kick.
Mhm.
Champagne only comes from the Champagne region of France. That, however, comes from California. and it's a sweet version.
Mhm.
Brut is dry. Brut is the driest.
Yeah.
Extra dry is slightly sweeter,
Mhm.
and then it kind of goes from there's like 5 levels of sweetness. This is this on the sweet side.
Yeah, dough is really what you want if you're looking for
It's
sweetness.
like the super sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
So a teeny tiny champagne lesson. That's it. So Glacier's End. Let's see. We had Schweitzer Farms. I had farm fresh
We went
eggs.
Kroger.
I had a lot of
We had a
Kroger.
lot of Kroger, folks.
Bread from Food Co-op,
Mhm.
Carbondale Farmers Market. I think that's it.
Yeah.
J Effect at the end because
Yeah.
I mean it goes with everything. I have dessert already on the grocery list for next week. Next week's I'm gonna say next week is a high-ish end restaurant quality meal at home
Mhm.
with a bottle of Bordeaux. And I'm just gonna stop there.
What are you doing, Bordeaux?
I'm doing Bordeaux next week.
For you? I'm doing.
No, don't you cook with. You do whatever you want.
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
I mean, when I cook with wine, I drink wine, so I'll probably
You'll still be.
I might have a
She'll be
slight French
sampling.
chef moment, but so cheers. I'll take pictures. We'll post, and it smells delicious. So I
It
can't
does.
imagine it won't be. Thanks for hanging out.
Mhm.
Here at the French Davis's kitchen. I don't know.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Bye.
We'll see you next.